Tottenham Hotspur had rarely been out of the news in 1994. They'd sacked their manager Ozzy Ardiles earlier in the season and had at times played a combination of electric and abysmal football. Newcastle United were the visitors to White Hart Lane in December '94. On an upward curve, they were third in the league. Spurs creative midfielder Darren Anderton had passed a fitness check on a troublesome calf and was cleared to play. This was new manager Gerry Francis's fourth game in charge, and he was still looking for his first win. Francis stuck with the same 11 that had drawn at Liverpool in their last Premiership game, as his side looked to improve on 14th in the table. Newcastle skipper Peter Beardsley had scored the match winner in the corresponding fixture the previous season and was eyeing up a repeat performance. Kevin Keegan's squad were badly hit with injuries and were missing the likes of Albert, Howie, Lee, Peacock, Kitson and Sellers. Barry Venison and Alan Neilson were paired as centre-backs, whilst Alex Mathie got a rare start up front. Your match commentator is John Champion.
Whilst it's always dangerous to make predictions, there must be a good chance of goals in this game today. Newcastle always free scoring. Tottenham's problem has been that whilst they score plenty, they generally concede even more. It's one of the reasons for the change of management. Gerry Francis in charge of Spurs for the fourth time and still seeking a first win. 4-3 defeat by Villa, 0-0 draw with Chelsea, and a 1-1 result at Anfield against Liverpool. Spurs 3 games under new management so far. Clark leaves it for Beresford to take the throw for Newcastle. Alan Neilson. There is the new Tottenham manager, Gerry Francis, who made such a good fist of things at Queen's Park Rangers. Alex Mathie. Clark, he's not in his natural position today, playing wide on the left. He loves to be in the centre really, but needs must. Barmby. Anderton. Through the middle. Here's Teddy Sheringham. Chance here for Spurs, and a goal! Teddy Sheringham scores his 50th goal for Tottenham. And no wonder he's congratulating Anderton and thanking him for a pinpoint pass. Srnicek left exposed, outside of the boot. Super finish. The touch of a master striker. 2 looks up to ascertain the goalkeeper's position, and despite a slight bobble, still found the net. It's a familiar feeling conceding goals for Kevin Keegan. They are the great Cavaliers of the English Premier League. Wonderful to watch, but sometimes infuriating to manage. Popescu got a foot to it, but this is Venison. Clark. Oh, Watson wasn't watching. He's back on his heels. Howells to the middle, but it breaks for Beardsley. Ruel Fox. Can't free himself from Sol Campbell's attentions. Hottiger. Lee Clark. Watson. Beresford. Clark. And the flicked header finds the corner from Ruel Fox. The smallest player on the pitch scores with his head. And the fact that he was able to do so was down in no small measure to the quality of the ball in from Lee Clark. Still a good header, mind you. And just short of the half-hour mark, Newcastle have hauled themselves level. Cross goes Calderwood for Spurs. He's followed by Mathie, and that wins Newcastle a throw. Good atmosphere inside White Hart Lane today. Biggest crowd of the season, just over 28,000. And they've seen Teddy Sheringham raise the half-century of Tottenham goals in his 87th game for the club. Here's Barmby. Clark for Newcastle. Fox, their goal scorer. He's got support outside from Hottiger. Fox wins out against Anderton. Hottiger. Here's Mathie. Ran away from him. Still alive though. And there's Campbell behind for a corner. Ruel Fox has proved a good acquisition since signing from Norwich City. Newcastle, though, have only won one of their last 5 games. Very disappointed last weekend to be held at home by Ipswich, conceding in the last minute. Hottiger. Fox. Anderton. Mabutt. Tottenham with only 5 Premier League wins to their name this season. They began on the opening day with that exhilarating 4-3 victory at Sheffield Wednesday. They've also won at Ipswich and at Wimbledon. Only 2 home wins though, against Everton and West Ham, and 4 home defeats. That's why they're down in 14th place. Hottiger. Nice drag back by Fox. There's Watson. So many Newcastle players missing today. Most notably Albert and Howie in central defence, and Lee and Sellers in the midfield. In fact, the 2 defenders today on duty are choices numbers 4 and 5 at centre half. Here's one of them, Venison, holding off Popescu. It is a Tottenham corner, which Darren Anderton has teed up. Calderwood goes to the near post. It's Sheringham! Beautifully taken. And clearly a pre-planned corner routine. Delivered by Anderton for Sheringham to meet sweetly on the half volley, having pulled away from his marker. And Lee Clark just couldn't adjust his feet guarding the post, and it went in off the upright. And Tottenham have the lead for the second time. Through the same player too. Hottiger. Teddy Sheringham, Mr. Reliable for Tottenham. Jerry Francis delighted to have inherited Sheringham as a member of his squad. Just watch number 10 on the post here, Lee Clark. Tried to adjust his feet. Couldn't get there in time. Mathie. Clark. Mathie was sliced to the floor by Calderwood. So much optimism surrounding Newcastle under Kevin Keegan at the moment. Their first season in the Premier League. Last year finishing in a third place position. They're looking to better that this time around. They are currently third, 16 games into the season. Watson's poised. Going to Fox. And then Clark! Off the upright, and Fox scores his second. And effectively, Lee Clark has set up both of them for him. The first with a cross, the second with a shot that cannoned back off the upright. So there's a neat symmetry about this first half. Sheringham 2, Fox 2, Tottenham 2, Newcastle 2. Here's Fox. Back from Mathie. Beardsley inside him is free. Fox with the cross. Header out by Calderwood. Beresford. It's rather optimistic. It's not often that you see Ruel Fox bag 2 goals in a game. Rather more frequently you see it from Teddy Sheringham. Venison, oh, Klinsmann! And Venison's furious with the goalkeeper Srnicek. He feels that the Czech Republic international should have taken charge of the situation. Fox. Flicked off the head of Mabutt. It'll be a Newcastle throw-in. Half-time is approaching fairly rapidly now. Beresford tried a nutmeg, but with Anderton to cover, it's never likely to work. Steve Watson, Beardsley. Tries to reverse. Now comes to Watson. And Cole coming in round the back. Final act of the first half. Typical of both these sides. Plenty of attacking. No shortage of goals. They both try and play the game in a most attractive way. And it's led to an enthralling first half, in which Tottenham have twice been in front through Teddy Sheringham, and Newcastle have twice equalised through Ruel Fox. Anderton created both for Sheringham, Clark made both for Fox, and at half-time here at White Hart Lane it's Tottenham 2, Newcastle United 2. Cole. Across comes Calderwood. Beresford trotting up to take this. Newcastle have scored 35 goals in the Premier League so far this season. They've let in 19, so in 17 fixtures, 54 goals. No shortage of value for money from them. They are the great entertainers. Beardsley. Campbell. Mabutt. Klinsmann. Nick Barmby. Tottenham still seeking this elusive first win under the management of Gerry Francis. Anderton. Srnicek came and flapped. This is Sheringham. Howells. Just too much on it for Darren Anderton. Mabutt. Howells. Venison for Newcastle. Campbell. Barmby. Couldn't control. So it's Neilson. Sheringham. Here's Klinsmann. Good first touch. Then Beresford came in. Klinsmann tumbled extravagantly, but there's no free kick. I think Venison was wildly impressed at the Germans' conduct. Beresford slid in. He did get some of the ball. Klinsmann racing through. A helping push with Alan Neil. Fox. Cole. Ruel Fox inside Campbell. Barmby. Tackle was illegal from Lee Clark. Deemed a foul by the referee, Dermot Gallagher. So many attacking talents in this Tottenham team, with Barmby, with Klinsmann, with Sheringham, Anderton, Dumitrescu when he plays. And yet so much of their good work, particularly under the old management of Ossie Ardiles, has been let down by faults at the back. Always much more likely to win a game 4-3 than 1-0. Decision is Tottenham's. Sol Campbell to take. Calderwood. Klinsmann rising, there's Anderton! Offside. Not much in it, but offside. Anderton denied his moment of acclaim and glory. Not totally conclusive from that angle, but it looks like the right shout from the linesman. Here's Calderwood, back to Walker. Beardsley. Now the Swiss international, Hottiger. Beardsley. Cole. Fox. Clark! It was a lovely move. Couldn't keep the finish down, but what went before was very pleasing on the eye. First time passing, and a slightly hasty volley. Look like the Glums, don't they? Terry McDermott, Kevin Keegan and Derek Fazackerley. Beardsley blocked. And now the break could be on for Jurgen Klinsmann. Sheringham. Dean Austin. Klinsmann. Sheringham. He's got his hat-trick. Three fingers represent 3 goals, and they may represent 3 points. It's obviously not Klinsmann's day for scoring. Sheringham is hogging them all. Horizontal as he headed the ball, Klinsmann. And from the goalkeeper's parry, it fell very invitingly for Teddy Sheringham. 20 minutes to play. Spurs in front for a third time. Howells made it easy for Beresford. Anderton. Gheorghe Popescu. Popescu still going. Popescu scored! And that should seal it. The experienced Romanian with only his second goal for Tottenham. But it's their fourth of the afternoon. And it should herald that first win under Gerry Francis. Good combination play by Spurs in the best traditions of the club. Popescu involved in the construction of the move and in topping it off from Sheringham's return ball. Looks like Newcastle's poor recent run is going to be extended. They began with 6 straight wins and went 11 unbeaten, but since then they've lost 2 out of 5. This would make it 3 out of 6. Eventually Dermot Gallagher having his attention drawn to the flag on the far side. So no goals for Jurgen Klinsmann as yet, but he's contributed plenty to the Spurs' cause. Here's Klinsmann, now a chance. Oh, off the frame. Splendid effort. Created his own space and his own chance. And beat the goalkeeper, but not the angle. Austin. Sometimes with Tottenham they give a performance that is stumbling. Today it's been stylish. And here's Klinsmann for 5! Definitely not his day. He's got himself into some great positions. Calderwood. Clark. This may lead to some soul searching by Newcastle. Ruel Fox. A question that they will approach future games in the same attacking way. Just what they can do to shut the door a little more effectively at the back. Maybe the answer lies in the return of some of those injured players. Albert, Howie, Darren Peacock. Popescu out. But it looks like it's going to be all about Tottenham. Hottiger for Newcastle. Sheringham guides it behind. Sometimes Spurs have been excruciating, sometimes exhilarating. Today they've been very effective. And more than that, they've been victorious. The famous anthem strikes up to herald a first win under new management. A first victory for Gerry Francis in charge of Tottenham. A splendid hat-trick by Teddy Sheringham was the key to it. He scored twice in the first half, once in the second. They included his 50th for the club. Popescu got a 4th, 2 from Fox, counted for little in the end. Tottenham 4, Newcastle 2.
Gerry Francis's first win as Tottenham manager in a hugely entertaining clash. The win would inspire Spurs to go on an 8-game unbeaten run, and their final league position of 7th was a marked improvement from a low point of 15th earlier in the season. The signing of Jurgen Klinsmann was inspired, with the German striker bagging 21 goals in the Premiership. Newcastle enjoyed a good season and finished one place above Tottenham, though the goals dried up after Kevin Keegan transferred Andy Cole to Manchester United. It was, though, another classic match involving two teams whose philosophy is always to entertain.